What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. The first day of the NFL draft has officially concluded, and the Indianapolis Colts are finally getting a tight end in the first round. Chris Ballard choosing tight end Tyler Warren for this team, and he was here to discuss that pick with the local media. I'm going to bring that up here and we'll go ahead and react to it. So we'll go ahead and hop into this right now. So let us know what you guys think in the comments.
Questions?
I mean, I'm sure you like both. You just said that. Did you have any sense that they might go in that order, the two tight ends? Just flavors.
Yeah, it's flavors and fit, for what you want to do.
Once Loveland went off or around there, did you have discussions about trading up?
Nope. Had a good feeling. Yeah. We work really hard at this to kind of figure, team needs. Our pro scouts do an unbelievable job of kind of, all right, here's what they need. No, felt good about it. I'll tell you this. Last time I felt that good about pulling a pick, and I felt good about all of them, but was Quentin. It was easy. It was easy. There wasn't a lot of discussion.
Well, first things first, he's changing up it's not just Dasani water, it's Propel this time too. So, yeah. So that was the first quote that we heard, Cody, was, him saying that it's the easiest pick he has had to make since Quentin Nelson back in 2018, where he said basically there was no hesitation, there was no real discussion. Yeah. Said if Tyler Warren was there at 14, they were going to take Tyler Warren.
Which that's what we said. You should have sprinted it up there because he's clearly the best player on the board. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So, no shock there.
Yeah, no shock. And how do you feel about him saying there was no discussion of trading up? They said they felt like they had a good feeling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're a lot more plugged in than anybody is. So, we talk about how nobody knows. They have probably the best idea how the draft board's going to fall. And I think either way, they're pretty content with either tight end there. So, but yeah, I mean, Tyler Warren, I think for everybody, all intents and purposes, he clearly is clear cut the number one, option there for them. So, yeah.
All right, let's keep it going.
We've talked about what's been missing with the tight end group. I mean, now that you've got your guy, what does he potentially bring to your offense?
He can do a lot now. I mean, he can play multiple spots. He's got the quarterback background, so he can play in the backfield. He's a great 50-50 ball catcher. He's after the catch, he's violent after the catch. I mean, he brings an element of toughness that I thought, we needed to add offensively.
See tight ends.
So obviously talking about what Tyler Warren can do for this team. We talked about it so much already, Cody, just re-emphasizing what everyone else already knows.
Yeah.
Just the different number of things he can do. This is not just a regular tight end. This is a guy that you can do so much with.
No, and how many times, frankly, Derek, did your offense fall flat on its face? Because let's face it, there was not enough tough guys, especially at the tight end position. Yep. There were just a lot of dudes, no true guy in there. So, yeah, absolutely.
Utilized as much as he was around their offense. In your conversations with their staff, what did they say about specifically why they felt like?
Would you ask that? So the offensive coordinator was at University of Kansas the year before with my son. So I got to see how he did things offensively. So it didn't surprise me one bit to watch how he knew he had a unique player. And he found unique ways to use him. And I think Shane will find unique ways to use him.
You mentioned Quentin. Is there a similar mentality between those two? Because we just got off the Zoom with Tyler, and my first thought was Quentin.
Very similar. Very similar.
So he was asking, is there similarities between Quentin Nelson and Tyler Warren? I'm assuming the tough guy mentality.
Yeah. I
And
mean, he
"Yep."
said, I remember the one thing that always sticks out to me about what he said about Big Q was you could feel him on the field.
Yeah.
And I think that's similar to how the Colts view Warren.
Yep, absolutely.
17 catches in a game. Like, how do you contextualize that in the scouting process?
That was as dominant a game that you saw from any offensive player in college football this year. Catch 17 balls on the road at USC, and they know he's getting the ball, and they just kept
Okay, real
feeding
quick.
it to.
You remember with the next pick, he said something very similar to that, where he said they knew he was getting the ball and they still couldn't stop him. That's exactly who he was talking about, right?
I have a feeling it was probably either Ashton Genty or Tyler Warren, because there's very
I
few.
think it's Tyler Warren,
there's
especially
very few-
considering the comments he just made.
Yeah. There's only a few guys in college football last year that you could say that to, that they knew the ball was going to them and they still couldn't stop him.
Yeah, I mean, we said it already. Penn State didn't really have a lot of good wide receivers. Tyler Warren was their receiving option. He was the guy. Like, it was clear they were going to him early.
Yeah.
To him. He's unique. I mean, he's a unique player. I mean, we're really excited to get him. Yeah.
How much of that excitement is just about the ways that Shane can use a player of his kind of skill set?
I mean, I don't really know how to answer that because, Shane's a creative guy, so he'll find ways to. He does a really good job with all our players, putting them into spots to what their strengths are. I think he'll do the same thing with Tyler.
Josh Downs has been, sort of a safety blanket, if you will, at times. How much does the tight end, when you have a volume tight end, help, in that regard?
Yeah, it'll help. There's a lot of different ways, but like the ability to really threaten the middle of the field, I think is going to open some things up for us offensively. And I think it gives and plus being a really big target, I think that's a plus. It's kind of one of those guys that's always open. That's part of his uniqueness. Like, his hands are pretty rare. I thought he had the best hands of any player in the draft. So he's a unique dude.
You talk in the middle of the field, the matchup advantages often come in the middle of the field. Is that fair?
Yeah, because there's not many 6'6" linebackers or safeties playing. So, yeah.
He's going to be a mismatch nightmare.
Oh, 100%. Because he's not just he's not just 6'6" and 260 pounds. He's bigger than anybody that would ever dare to guard him. But like you said, this guy's an athlete. He may not be the greatest athlete that we've ever seen, but he's got enough athletic ability to make plays.
Yeah.
He 100% can. And if you're going to ask a linebacker to try to cover this guy in the middle of the field, are you kidding me? This is a 50-50 nightmare for anyone. This is a guy that you can put anywhere, and it's just a mismatch for anything the defensive coordinator could cook up.
Yeah, when's the last time you've had this type of tight end that can do it all? You haven't. Even I mentioned, 2018 Eric Ebron. He couldn't run block to save his life.
Yeah.
But Tyler Warren can do that. He can do a little bit of everything. Swiss Army knife, I think, is a great way Colts House puts it. He is the guy. He can do it all. You don't have to worry about him coming off the field, which is amazing. Yeah. And he adds that element of toughness, too, which your offense definitely needs.
You can put him in any scenario. It doesn't matter if you're looking for speed on the field, if you're looking for size on the field, if you're looking for all these different things, you can utilize him in any way possible. And that's what's great about
for sure.
All right, let's keep going.
You mentioned how clean he was, as a prospect, and then he said he came in for a top 30. What more did you need to see, I guess?
I just wanted to visit with him. Yeah, just wanted to visit with him. Yeah.
When you look at his college journey, just one this guy who kind of had to wait his turn a bit and kind of grinded out. How much do you think that kind of just, I guess, let you know who he is as a person? Because he was saying, I had to work for it.
in a day and age where guys back out at the first sign of competition. I mean, this is a real issue in college football. The first time somebody has to wait their turn and actually compete their ass off to play, you'll see it right now in the transfer portal. They'll hit the, what do you mean I'm not starting? What do you mean I got to work for it? No, I'm going somewhere else. It's a beautiful thing, man. That is a beautiful thing. And I don't think, I mean, I asked a bunch of questions like, you know, all of a sudden he burst on the scene, and he was a good player last year for him, but then he burst on. But then when you start digging into it, I mean, they've had some other tight ends there that have been pretty good football players. So for this kid to keep competing, never gripe, complain, just keep working and getting better, that's a freaking beautiful thing now. College football should pay attention to it. Not college football, the players should pay attention to it.
How unique.
That is a great point, because Chris Ballard's 100% correct. Like, with the amount of access to things that players have nowadays, Cody, I mean, it is so player oriented now. 20 years ago, people would have laughed at you at the idea of, oh, you don't want to be here and compete with competition. Like, you'll never make it in the league. Nowadays, it's very, very, very common for these guys to keep trying to find 1, 2, 3, 4 different schools before they're satisfied with their starting position. And he's right. Like Tyler Warren said, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to, wait my turn. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to be here. And, that is a beautiful thing to know a loyalty from somebody.
Oh yeah.
Guys don't think about that much nowadays. And people think that this form of loyalty is just them being stuck in a position. It's not, if you know that what you're building there is going to work out in the end.
Right.
Is it for a tight end to basically be a wildcat and be like an entire offense for a college team like that?
No, you can do a lot with him. He is excellent inside the 5, 10 and 5 because of the things you can do with not only throwing him the football, but running the football. And I mean, that's going to be an added advantage for our offense, I think, of the things Shane can do with him.
From a blocking standpoint, you mentioned in Florida that they're all going to have to develop. But how much does it help that he's already been at fullback, been in the slot, been in all the spots that you want to use?
Yeah, I mean, look, none of them are finished products coming into our league. They all have to learn, and he's still got some growth to do. But it tells you about his football IQ, like to be able to go in the slot, line up at tight end, line up wide, line up at quarterback, line up at fullback. I mean, they put a lot on that kid's plate, and he handled it mentally. So that just tells you that he's going to be able to handle a high volume on Sunday of whatever we ask him to do.
How much did the run that Penn State made in the college football playoff help give you a further or a clearer picture of him in the evaluation process?
Look, all you got to do is put the USC game on. I didn't need the playoffs. I mean, he had done enough in that one game to go like, holy cow, man, this guy's got some unique stuff in him. And he's a good kid.
And not even just the USC game. I think the game, Cody, that kind of put Tyler Warren on the map for every Colts fan was that Big Ten championship game against Oregon. Now, obviously, Oregon won that game, but you saw Tyler Warren on the grand stage of everything. And Tyler Warren, I mean, he was catching everything. He was running over guys. I mean, you're right. Like, it was him and Harold Fannin that were in a fight last year for the best tight end in the entire country last year. And I mean, he was just insane. I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm just going to pull that up here and look at it a little bit later, but
yeah,
crazy. He had
How do you guys go to Penn State?
17 catches in that game. I don't know how many yards that ended up being.
I'll pull that up.
But it was definitely over 100. I
hope so. For 17 catches.
Okay. I would certainly hope so.
17 catches for 224 yards. Oh my God.
Nice.
That dude's wild.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's keep going.
No.
Was Shay there?
No.
Were you surprised Loveland went for him?
Flavor. I mean, that's a better question for Ryan in Chicago than me. Guessing they got Cole Kmet. Probably think, Loveland's probably a better fit in combination with Cole Kmet. That'd be my guess, but you need to call Ryan and ask him that.
What do you think
Asking about whether he was surprised that that Loveland got taken before Warren. So
It makes sense. I mean, Cole Kmet has more of that blocking upside for sure. And
with a little bit of flavor at passing, and then obviously Loveland is
he's
a little bit
pure
of the
receiver,
opposite.
a
Yeah.
little bit more.
having Warren will help whatever quarterback ends up starting?
Well, that's the plan. Yeah. That's why we took him.
You didn't have to reach, he was in that area on your board. Can you say where was he?
We had a group of about 4 or 5 players that, we were considering. And so, he was right in that group. I know. You want me to stack them too? You want me to bring the board in for you here, chap, so you can follow it along?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Chap,
I'd
just
like
come
to
on.
know.
Just come on. You're going to come with us.
Just say these 4. We won't say what the order was.
Just between us. Just between us.
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
Just give me one other player.
Did
Just
you
give
have
me
any
one.
catch that Pitt wanted Tyler Warren? That's what he told us the other day.
Yeah, a bit. Probably think he's going to take off some of the blocking duties. Nope.
Does Chris Ballard look like he reverse aged a little bit?
I say he's clean shaven. He didn't have that weird haircut last year.
He looks like he's I don't know. It just feels like he's got some aura
Almost
again.
Rejuvenated a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little bit.
It kind of is like 2018 Ballard. That's
what it looks like
a
right
little
now,
bit
yeah.
more. He doesn't look
Yeah.
old and decrepit anymore.
I watched this film on John Riggins and all that when he was a kid. You hear that from a 22-year-old and knowing who his dad is, how much does that mean to let you into his psyche?
Yeah, when he gets the ball in his hands, man, there's some violence now that he's going to deliver to the defender, especially at the second level. And that aggressive mentality, I think, is going to benefit him very well.
All right.
Thank y'all. Look at here. Not even 10:30.
That's a win.
Y'all would have had a meltdown if I had traded back. I was thinking about it. That's tomorrow.
And so I don't know if anybody else heard that. Somebody asked him as he was leaving, what about a trade back? And he said, oh, that's tomorrow. So Ballard joking to everyone that he's, going to trade back tomorrow. I doubt that happens, but yeah, I mean,
never know.
But Cody, that is wild because, again, a lot of people said it where it feels like Ballard has gotten a massive weight off his shoulders this offseason.
Yeah.
Even with the fact that everyone has said, Ballard, you need to leave. We are done. We do not like you.
Yeah.
He has done almost everything right this offseason that Colts fans could have asked him to do to rewrite some of these wrongs, right? He brought in 2 huge names in free agency, brought in a couple other pieces that are going to help with the depth of this team. And then obviously took the fan favorite in the first round for this. So it's he's done everything to win back the appeal of the fans. And that's how you start this to make people feel more comfortable with the direction you're going. Because it felt like what people would say, he felt like he was the smart guy in the room, or I don't have to listen to what the fans tell me. I know what I'm doing. And sure enough, it wasn't working. And then everyone's like, we freaking told you. We told you this was stupid, but you didn't listen.
Yeah.
But now you're listening to us.
And look what's happening, he looks younger. He looks more relaxed, all that kind of stuff. So Yeah, good to see. You could kind of just tell he was glowing tonight. He was pumped. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, well, why wouldn't you be, right? To get a great player like Tyler Warren, who's going to do such great things for you. I mean, that is impressive.
Yeah, no doubt. And great to see Tyler Warren amped up as well. I know he had a quick 8-second video just talking about how excited he is to be an Indianapolis Colt. So really, dude, just
can't
excited.
wait to see the behind the Colts stuff later with him getting introduced into the building.
Oh man, I can't wait.
That'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, again, guys, this is the end of day 1, and the Indianapolis Colts get the fan favorite in Tyler Warren here today. We will be live once again tomorrow for rounds 2 and 3. A lot of big names still left on the board.
There's a ton of guys. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will talk about that tomorrow before the draft comes up. So make sure you guys put on that notification bell and make sure you're checking tomorrow for videos. We will have more up before we go live. But thank you guys again so much for all the support. And as always, guys, go Colts.